Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Prabhu One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Please chant very loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All those who share Prabhupada, welcome to devotees to today's Bhagavatam class. And this morning, we are going to be covering Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 4, verses 107 and 108. And the chapter is entitled The Confidential Reasons for the Appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are very happy to have His Holiness Candramauli Swami with us. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you and Shri Prabhupada Maharaj.
Lila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
The obeisances to all the devotees. Okay, we'll begin. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya, Gaur Bhakta Vrindam, Shesha Lilaya Prabhuva, Krishna Varaha Umada, Rama Maya Chaita Aram, Pralapa Maya Vada. In the final portion of his pastimes, Lord Chaitanya was obsessed with the madness of separation from Lord Krishna. He acted in erroneous ways and talked deliriously. There we go. So somebody pronounced that word,
Deliriously?
Delirious.
Yeah.
Deliriously. Okay, yeah. Okay, purport. Lord Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, exhibited the highest stage of feeling of a devotee in separation from the Lord. This exhibition was sublime because he was completely perfect in the feelings of separation. Materialists, however, cannot understand this. Sometimes materialistic scholars think he was diseased or crazy. Their problem is that they always engage in material sense gratification and can never understand the feelings of the devotees and the Lord. Materialists are most abominable in their ideas. They think that they can enjoy directly perceivable gross objects by their senses, and that they can similarly deal with the transcendental features of Lord Chaitanya. But the Lord is understood only in pursuance of principles laid down by the Goswamis, headed by Srup Damodar. Doctrines like those of Nadia Nagaris, a class of so-called devotees, are never presented by authorized persons like Srup Damodar or the six Goswamis. The idea of the Gauranga Nagaris are simply a mental concoction, and they are completely on the mental platform. Umigyan Timirandasya Ginajana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vinidanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyu Hari Pastyatya De Satarine Vanshakalpa Turubhischa Kripa Sindhu Parebacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaho Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhaktavrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So one of my first contacts with Krishna consciousness was back in the year 1970 when I went to a anti-war rally against the Vietnam War. And that's the first time I saw the devotees. They were there. And of course, I had never seen them before, nor even heard of them. And I received one particular pamphlet when I was there. The devotees were distributing. And it was a two-part pamphlet. Had two articles in one pamphlet. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the second article was, Who is Crazy? And then in the understanding of that article, as Prabhupada pointed out, you say we are crazy and we say you are crazy. So who is correct? Let us discuss. So craziness can be described as one who doesn't know who they are or how they're supposed to act. That will be one definition of craziness. And of course, there's full-blown craziness. There's, in Sanskrit, it's called Mada, Unmada, and Pramata. Crazy, more crazy, and ultimately mad. So the materialists, they think that they are their body. So the whole premise of life is wrong. When you do a mathematical equation, if you get the basic arithmetic wrong, you might do the rest of the equations after that correctly, but the conclusion will be off because the foundation is not correct. So everything the materialists do is wrong, and it's an example of craziness because it's situated on the wrong idea that I am this body, which you're not. You are a spiritual being who lives within a material body, but you are not the body. So when the materialists try to analyze and understand the devotees, they use their same logic that they practice for their own lifestyle, and they equate the devotees' activities to be something like something mad. But it's understood that those who actually don't know who they are can't tell anybody else who they're not, who they are either, because they don't know. the teacher becomes the cheater, and the cheater now is now in the position of a teacher and can't give any good advice or understanding. So here, when they see or hear about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they think he is mad. But the understanding is that in the process of bhakti, there are different levels of experiences of love. And here we're hearing of one of the highest form of love. And this is mentioned by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in himself in his own writings in verse number 7 of the Shiksha Shastika. He says, Ayi nanda tunuja kinkaram tatitam mam vishame bhavam buddha kripaya tavapada pankaja stita duli sadrisham vichintaya. No, nayanam glasara. What's the other one? Govinda virahena me. What is number 7?
Nayanam gadgadashrudharaya.
That's 6. Number the next one. Number 7.
Yigaitam nimishena Shakshishapa Vishaitam. Sunyaitam Jagataram Govinda Vidahena.
That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah. Govinda virahena me. I'm considering a moment of time to be like 12 years. Time is relative to your consciousness. Sometimes people describe time as some kind of calculation that the clock does, but that's not time. That's just a measurement of a certain element of time. Time is a greater factor. Time is actually the force that moves everything in the material world from one situation to another. Time is powerful. Time is the impersonal aspect of Krishna. It's its external energy working. So according to your consciousness, you perceive time differently. If you're happy and you're active, you'll see that time moves very fast. If you are unhappy and you're doing things, you'll see that time works according to the clock. Or now, if you're waiting for something to happen, you'll see that time practically stops. It's all relative to your consciousness. The feeling of the movements of time is experienced differently by different persons. And so Lord Chaitanya is exhibiting that he's so much desiring to have the association of the Lord. He's in the role of his own devotee. He is Krishna himself, but he's playing the role of his pure devotee. And in that mood, he says, one moment is like 12 years or more. Time becomes so slow. And therefore, the suffering that one is undergoing that time cannot be explained. It's just unbearable. What is that suffering? The separation from Krishna. And so this is the mood of what is called Vipralamba Bhav, or worshiping Krishna in the mood of serving Krishna in separation. And this is illustrated by this verse that was mentioned, that, yeah, I'm so much wanting you to be with you, but I'm not with you. And I can't think of anything else that I want to do, nor even if something comes to my mind, it doesn't make sense. Even Raghunath Das Goswami, when he was in this mood of separation to Krishna, he was describing that the environment within Vrindavan, which is sacred, the Govardhan hill and the Jamuna, and all of the beautiful caves that Krishna and Radharani used to sport in, all of these things seem to be like dreary voids. They have no meaning in my life anymore because you're not here. You're not with me. So this mood of separation brings one's consciousness to a level of hankering. But if one continues in that mood and continues to serve Krishna in the mood of separation. Now, this serving Krishna in that mood of separation is the teaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the execution of devotional service. One should not think wrongly that I got Krishna, I know Krishna, I'm Krishna conscious. These are all kind of like statements of a speculative mind, which has no reality in existence. Devotees always think, I want to serve Krishna, but I'm so far from Krishna, so I'm going to serve Krishna in the best possible way and do it so nicely that he's going to come and accept my offering. And when he does, I can actually experience his presence. That's how a devotee thinks. And that happens too. The devotee becomes so absorbed in serving, and they're doing it with complete attention, devotion, and with a desire that Krishna will accept my offering, that Krishna does come, seeing the bhakti of his devotee, and he comes, and the devotee feels very strongly the presence of the Lord within his mind and within his heart. And in some cases, Krishna actually appears to him in person by the power of his love in the mood of service. And then, but then Krishna, who he is, he doesn't stay long. He's always moving. And so he comes and accepts your offering, gives you his mercy, and then he disappears. And then the mood of separation continues. And this time it's even stronger because of the taste that one experiences, having had that feeling of Krishna being with me. It becomes even more so. And that's how bhakti goes. And then and this continues on, and then the devotee always wants to bring Krishna into his life by serving Krishna nicely and getting his personal experience, his personal presence. That at one point that the devotee can't live without Krishna anymore. And then when it becomes impossible to live without Krishna, then Krishna takes him back to the spiritual world. He looks at everything in his life. He sees whatever he has or whatever he sees his body as a big burden. He sees his mind as a receptacle of just trying to serve Krishna more and more. He sees his personal possessions, his family members and friends as simply just has no meaning anymore in life. At that point, Krishna says, all right, now you're ready. And then Krishna personally comes and takes the devotee, back to him in the spiritual world. On to the next verse. Radhikara bhava yache udava darsane se bhava matta prabhu rahe rachadine. Just as Radhika went mad at the sight of Uddhava, so Lord Chaitanya was obsessed day and night with the madness of separation. Purport. Those under the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can understand that his mode of worship of the Supreme Lord in separation is the real worship of the Lord. When the feelings of separation become very intense, one attains the stage of meeting Krishna. So-called devotees like the Sahajiyas cheaply imagine they are meeting Krishna in Vrindavan. Such thinking may be useful, but actually meeting Krishna is possible through the attitude of separation taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah. So here, this verse confirms what we were saying. When the feelings of separation become very intense, one attains the stage of meeting Krishna. And then in Lord Chaitanya's prayer, he ends, Aslisyava pinaratam punastumam darshanam Marmahatam karotu va yata tata va viradatu lampato. Mat pranam nastu sa eva na paraha. And that in meeting with you, you can kick me, you can embrace me, you can neglect me, you can do anything you want, because I have given myself completely over to you in loving service. And the devotee doesn't care anything anymore. Krishna is present, and whatever Krishna does, that's fine because the love is there. And then Prabhupada goes on to explain that verse, and that what we just mentioned is the culmination of those 8 prayers in Shikshastakam, which are the essence of pure devotional service, culminating in meeting Krishna in whatever way Krishna wants that meeting to happen. Not that I want to meet Krishna under these conditions or this situation. No. Meeting Krishna is so wonderful, it doesn't matter what he does or what he doesn't do. The feeling of unhappiness comes in that situation when a devotee thinks, Krishna's here, it's so wonderful, but Krishna's going to go again, and then, oh no, then I'll be more miserable than I was before he even came. So that's the anxiety, that sometimes when a devotee gets the association of the Lord, and it becomes such a powerful feeling of happiness, that all of a sudden they also think, oh no, he's going to leave again. And then they're plunged into a whirlpool of sadness. Here, the devotees like the Sahajiyas, they cheaply, many times during the ISKCON movement, when Prabhupada was preaching in different places, such persons would appear just to make a show of their devotion to Krishna. Actually, it wasn't devotion, it was more of a show. There was one time when one person, Prabhupada was in his room, and one man just happened to walk in. The door wasn't, nobody was guarding. Prabhupada was there with one of his disciples, and the man came in, looked at Prabhupada, fell to the floor, and started to exhibit some ecstatic systems, and start rolling on the ground. And Prabhupada's watching. And then Prabhupada turns to his disciple and says, go over there and kick him. And so he did, and then the man got up and ran and left. So it was just a show. Prabhupada says they make a show, and then people are impressed, and then they go out and they light up their cigarettes and they enjoy some kind of intoxication. So this goes on in the name of, just like you see, you have real money and then you have counterfeit money. So when something is valuable, people like to imitate it, although the substance is not there. There's always copying, cheating, pretense. It's always there. It's like there are real devotees and there are devotees who pose themselves as devotees but are really not devotees. Prabhupada called them Kali Chela. They have tilak, they have ponytail, sika, and mala, but they're disciples of Kali. That's their program. So you'll see that wherever the genuine is there, just like when Krishna was in Vrindavan, and he was enjoying his pastimes with his intimate associates, the cowherd boys and the gopis and his parents. And many demons would come and attack. And Krishna would kill the demons one after another. So here is the purest place on earth, and yet the demons come and cause trouble. So you could expect that wherever there's purity, there is attack from the outside to try to destroy it, water it down, uh, 'change it around, do something to make it different. But as long as one stays fixed in their process of Krishna consciousness, fixed means strong sadhana, keeping regular sadhana and chanting the holy names of the Lord with attention, with as much devotion as one can acquiesce, and not diverting one's time to anything else during that time period. When in the ISKCON society, the temple programs are long. Sometimes we start at 4:30 in the morning with Mangalarti and then Tulsi Puja, 2 hours of japa, Guru Puja, class. So from 4:30 to about almost 8:30, 9 o'clock, there's an intense 4-hour session of absorption in the activities of devotional service. And if one wants to really accelerate their Krishna consciousness, go to a temple, stay there for a while and follow the morning program. And that will intensify your Krishna consciousness. Just like Prabhupada said, there are people who want to make money on the stock market. And so there's two categories of people. Those who stay outside the stock market and do their trading and buying from there, and those who are right on the stock market floor and seeing all of the changes right as they're happening. They're getting more action. They're getting more benefit than those who are a distance away and simply watching it and then doing accordingly. So this is a way to accelerate your Krishna consciousness. If you find your home too difficult to practice Krishna consciousness, too many distractions, we look around the room and when we're chanting japa, we see what we have to do. Some object reminds us of something. Someone comes in and wants to talk to us. We forget to shut off our cell phone, and there's intrusion from the messages coming in, the phone calls. Yeah, it's the distraction. That is not really good sadhana. Sadhana should not be interrupted by anything. It must be done in a continuous way. So if you can do that at your home, then that will be ideal. But we find that it's very difficult to do that. But if you can, and it's possible, but then again, if you want to just accelerate your bhakti, just go to a temple and stay there for maybe a week or two, follow the program. And you'll see the qualitative differences in your consciousness as you absorb yourself in the morning and maybe also the evening program. Like that. So we recommend that. It's highly recommended to do that. And that will give us a real taste of Krishna consciousness. And when that taste goes through the different stages of development, just like there's 6 different tastes. There's salty, sour, bitter, pungent, astringent, and sweet. So the sweet taste is very much desirable by many people. The pungent taste is also desirable by many, like that. The other tastes maybe also to some degree, but taste also has gradations. So there is gradations of sweetness. There's sweet and more sweet, ultimate sweetness, and sweet that can never be described. So in the tastes, there's different levels of the same taste as it goes more intense into that taste. So in the same way, we intensify our bhakti to the point where it gets to the point where we actually start to feel attraction for Krishna in a very deep way. And then when that reaches a certain level, then all we can do is think about Krishna. All we can do is find ways to serve Krishna. And like here, it comes to the stage of Lord Chaitanya, where he is simply apparently mad from an external point of view, but his madness is just an experience of his love for the Lord and his feeling of separation at the same time. It's two things that mix but don't mix. They mix in the sense that separation from the Lord is one of the levels of loving, but they don't mix in the sense that that separation brings some type of feeling of unhappiness, which is transcendental to ordinary unhappiness, but it's a feeling of loss, a feeling of loneliness, a feeling of despondency. But it's on the transcendental platform, and it ultimately brings one to the highest stage of meeting Krishna in pure loving devotion. So these verses here really help us understand the process of bhakti, because the process of bhakti must come to the stage of being attracted to Krishna in a very continuous way. Then our bhakti has become mature, when we can only perform and only think of Krishna, nothing else. We might do our work, we might eat, we might sleep, we might take care of our body in different ways. But while we're doing that, Krishna is always on our mind. He never leaves the mind of the devotee. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mark, for such a wonderful class and really bringing us down to the ground level platform of Krishna consciousness and helping us to see how strong that foundation should be. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to request devotees, if you can please turn on your videos wherever possible. And if anyone has any questions, please do raise your hand, or you can put it in the chat and I'll be happy to read your question. Maharaj, in the second verse, in the purport, the phrase that caught my attention is the attitude of separation. What should our attitude be, Maharaj, in separation?
Yeah, I'm going to keep serving so nicely until Krishna comes and takes my service and accepts my service. It's like chasing Krishna through the process of serving Krishna. That's the attitude of separation.
And Raj, how will we know that the end result will happen? Like how?
Doesn't matter. It will.
Oh.
If you stay with Krishna, will eventually come and accept and awaken within you that love that you're trying to experience in his personal presence.
So that means, March, our attitude should not be looking and waiting. We should just be continuing it regardless.
Part of that, you might say, praying is there, anchoring. When Krishna left the rasa dance, because Radharani had left, and then Krishna left because rasa dance without Radharani was impossible for Krishna. So then all the other gopis were all alone. So they went looking for Krishna. And they were going this way and that way and this way and that way. And they were imitating Krishna's pastimes. They were talking to the deer. They were talking to the trees. They were talking to the grass, asking, where is Krishna? So it seems like some kind of madness. But it's a feeling of love that becomes so intense that one wants to try to fulfill that loving need by doing something to bring Krishna back. So when the gopis were feeling like that, they would be speaking to inanimate objects. And then when the inanimate objects wouldn't answer, they would say, they would say something about the inanimate objects. Oh, they're too busy, or they don't want to hear us or something. So their madness was continuous. So the mood is service. This mood of separation doesn't mean one stops serving Krishna. One thinks more and more ways to serve Krishna. And that can take a type of inaction, or it can take very practical activity, either way, but the mood of service is there. All right, I'm going to track Krishna. I'm going to cook what he likes so nicely, and he'll come to my house, and then he'll accept my offering. So what does he like? Yeah, he likes rasgula. Okay, I'm going to make the best rasgula. And then I'm going to invite Krishna to come and take it. So these are moods of separation like that.
Thank you, Marge. It's very sweet. Thank you. Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you and your services. And my humble obeisances to all of the devotees. Very much. Can you please explain to me the differences and the subtleties, or the sameness, if they're the same, between serving Krishna and serving the spiritual master?
Well, the direction by which we learn to serve Krishna is given to us by the spiritual master. And the spiritual master also is the medium by which he offers our service to Krishna. But when you get to the spontaneous platform, then it's no more under the guise of rules and regulations. It becomes natural. That's all. One doesn't have to consult the spiritual master to find out what to do. They're already attracted to Krishna automatically. And they think of different ways to somehow bring Krishna's presence into their life by doing different services. So spiritual master is always there. But if you want to know the process, actually is that when one gets to the platform of Raganuga Bhakti, then they start taking on Raganuga sadhana, and that's different than ordinary sadhana, and that's taught by the spiritual master for those who are qualified. That's Raganuga sadhana. Because without coming to spontaneous devotional service, you haven't completed bhakti. Rules and regulations are just the preliminary stage of bhakti. They're required, and they move you along to the different levels of bhakti. But at one point, you move into the area of spontaneous devotional service. But there's where you need assistance. And therefore, the spiritual master comes to help you. Or he sends another, if he's not personally present, he'll send a qualified representative of himself to take you to the next level. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Maharaj. So if we're given some service in the local temple, obviously you won't be there. But say it's only a small service just for the day or something, so we wouldn't contact you in this. It's only a small service that day. Would it still be service to the spiritual master or service through the spiritual master?
Yeah, but everything goes through the spiritual master. Whether you consciously offer it or not, unless you're a pure devotee, then you can serve Krishna directly.
Okay, thank you, Maharaj.
But pure devotion doesn't come so easily. Then the spiritual master, his work is done, but still, you still have your spiritual master. Prabhupada said, when you go back to the spiritual world, I'll be there to greet you. You still have your spiritual master is eternal. It's not like the Mayavadis, they think, oh yes, we get a spiritual master and then we climb higher on the spiritual ladder. And then when we reach the top, then we kick out the ladder and we don't need the spiritual master anymore. We become the spiritual master. That's Mayavad. Devotees always connect, they give all credit and all honor to their spiritual master because they know without him, there is no connection with Krishna ultimately.
Very nice question, Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu. Hope that helped.
Yes, that's very helpful. Thank you, Guru Raj. Thank you.
Any questions from devotees? Marge, I wanted to piggyback on my questions, and when you said about serving in separation, and you're talking about the gopis, you know, how they were looking for Krishna when he disappeared. And then I was thinking that personally, that hankering, that looking, that desire of my, you know, where's my Lord is not there. Does that mean, Maharaj, is because the heart is still hard? It needs more cleaning. The mind needs more cleaning.
No, not necessarily. Could be or could not be. Could even be ready, but it's up to Krishna when he wants to come. Just like Mother Yasoda, she tried to bind Krishna. She had pure love for Krishna, there's no question. But she couldn't. It's only when Krishna came and accepted the fact that he wanted to please his mother, so he allowed her to bind up. So Krishna comes when he wants to come, or he doesn't come wherever when he wants. He's independent. He may be testing your love. He may be seeing if he continues to wait, and your love will get stronger and stronger.
So much, does that mean that even when a person, and you mentioned Mother Yashoda, even though the person is ready, has the love, but Krishna will decide when he wants to come. So it's like pretty much what's coming to my mind is the pastime of Shabari and Lord Ram.
Yeah. Yeah, she had to wait. All of her guru and all of his disciples, which were her god brothers, they all went back to the spiritual world. He told them, you wait, and Ram will come. And when Ram will come, you offer him something. And so she was patient, but she was testing by tasting the different berries, see which one was offered to him and which one she would not offer to him. So she had full faith in the instructions of her spiritual master. And she was willing to wait. But she didn't just wait, she was testing. I don't know if there's any statement saying how long she wait, but it wasn't that Ram came right away. It wasn't. That wasn't indicated at all in that Lila.
Many decades went by, it is said, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. That sounds right.
So Marge, what I'm understanding is the process of Krishna consciousness is we keep on serving, we keep on praying, we keep on hankering, even if we develop the proper or the right love for the Lord, we still keep on until that the Lord is ready to come to us.
Love of God is described as 5 different ingredients. 4 of them are very pleasant. I think camphor and saffron and some various sweet tasting ingredients. But there's one other ingredient that's mentioned, that's called black pepper.
Well, I'm a spicy eater, so I think I can do that, Marge.
In other words, there is a little hotness, a little, what we might say, a little burning of the love of God it can't be described. It's just not possible to describe it. But when you're in the spiritual world, it's perfect. There's nothing. When you're still in this material world, there's still that burning of being in the material world.
Marge, is there hope for us? I'm like, this is like getting really deep. It's sort of, I'm thinking, oh, Krishna.
Well, there is hope against hope, and then there's a higher one that's called hopelessness. There's no hope, forget it. No, don't forget it, but just realize there's no hope.
Marge, at least I think as trying to be a disciple, at least we can definitely put our hope and praise in our spiritual master that will take us back, to help us take us back to Godhead, Marge.
Yeah, there's a lot of mercy in this particular movement.
Thank you, Krishna. This one hope.
If you want to thank somebody, thank Lord Nityananda.
Yes, Maharaj, because this is one long haul. It's not like a long haul.
Yeah, it's what is that? Let's see. What is that verse? Nitai padakamalam koti chandra sushitala ye chayaya jagaduli. At the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda soothes the burning of material existence like millions of cooling moons. If we stay close to Gaur Nitai, then we will experience mostly happiness. Gaur Nitai are very unbelievably merciful. Krishna is not as merciful as Gaur Nitai is, although it's the same person. Krishna is he demands certain things. Gaur Nitai doesn't demand anything.
They are very merciful, Maharaj, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And our movement centers around Gaur Nitai. That's why the essence of our movement and the scriptures just go deeper and deeper into this essence and come up with the same conclusion. The holy name is everything. It's the holy name that's everything. Yeah, there's that beautiful prayer. So I think I might have it with me. Let me see. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
No problem, Maharaj. Sridevi, I'll come to you when once Maharaj comes back. I haven't forgotten your hand raise.
Oh, I was just remembering Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj simply by your comment. And in one of his books, he writes that nothing you can ever do can get you anywhere. It is your spiritual master's prayers and blessings and mercy. That's what has gotten you this far and will continue to get you further. That's the only thing. He writes in one of his books that it's the spiritual master's mercy. The Lord told him that. My dear child, it's nothing except your spiritual master's prayers and blessings that has got you here.
Thank you for sharing that, Sri Devi. It gives me hope. We
That
need
must
that
be
hope.
it must be one of the beggar seers then. Did you put it there?
Yeah.
There's one devotee who's the godbrother of Maharaj in Alachua who also acts. Sometimes he was acting in Ratiyatras. I don't know whether you remember his name, but he said one line that it was really inspiring even to our Guru Maharaj. The holy name of Sri Krishna is all you ever need. You remember that in Girinagri? He said
I
it there.
don't remember.
I can see the face clear if I forgot his name.
Oh, is he from New Vrindavan?
No,
No,
he
from
lives in the
Alachua?
trailer right outside the temple in Alachua. 95 when we were there. He's
I
there.
don't remember.
The holy name. He made a play about how the bird is not fed, but the cage is
Funny
decorated
Bhushan
nicely.
Prabhu?
Yeah, I was
Yes,
funny.
Funny
that's it.
Bhushan Prabhu.
Yeah, the holy name of Sri Krishna is all you ever need.
Yeah.
And Bhakti Maharaj repeated it so many times. Holy name of Sri Krishna is all you ever need. You know, he acts. Hare Krishna. I think
That's
Maharaj is getting ready to come.
That's I'm looking for that prayer. I have a particular file in it, but I can't find the file because I'm so disorganized here.
Maharaj, if you can share that when you find it, that would be great, Mike, because we all can use that prayer, any prayer right now for our Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, let me see one more place I'll look.
Sure, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram.
I might have left it in India. I think it's in India. Half my stuff is there. Okay, so anyway, but the author is anonymous. And the holy name, how's it go? The holy name is, it goes on verse after verse. Maybe when we come together at a different time, another time, I'll have it ready. I can find it. But
Guru Maharaj, it is the holy name of Sri Krishna alone is everything.
yeah, the holy name of Sri Hari is all that. The
Yeah.
holy name of Sri Hari is all that be. That's it. The holy name of Sri Hari is all that be. So if you comb the scriptures, you don't have to really look very far. You'll find everything, the whole basis. At one point, those who are fixed in Krishna consciousness, their sadhana is one, chanting. That's all. That's all they do. They may do something else, but still they focus ultimately only on chanting Hare Krishna. That's it. The holy name of Sri Hari is verily all that be. That's the word, verily. Is verily all that be. And then he speaks about different aspects of life. And then he ends with that same line at the end there. It's a beautiful prayer. It's an anonymous author. Nobody knows who actually put it together.
Like you said, Maharaj, everything comes back
To the holy
to the holy name. Everything comes back, even when you're mentioning about the attitude of separation, the service attitude, the hankering, everything comes back to the holy name.
Mahima, I think you got a copy. Can you come on and say something? I saw you put up something.
Maduram Madhurabhyopi.
That's one of the verses, yeah. Mahima.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, it's me actually, it's both of us, but our camera is off. unfortunately. So better for you, maybe.
Do you have that?
This is-
Do you have that prayer in front of you?
Oh, I just Googled it. I found it on ISKCON Desire Tree. And official name is Shri Shri Kevalastakam.
Yeah, Kevalastikam.
That's
That's what it's
8
called.
verses.
Yeah, there you go. Just make a note of that. This is called the Kevalastikam. Kevalastikam. If you Google that, you'll find that prayer.
I can put the link in the chat. I'll just do it.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mahatma.
It was nice to hear Mahima's voice a little bit after, I think, 20 years for me. Haven't heard her voice for a long time.
That was her husband.
I heard her voice in the background, Marge, like a little bit of her voice when she was saying something.
She's your god sister.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I haven't heard her voice and seen her for ages. So it's nice to hear her voice, a little bit in the background. There she is.
Well, Anasuya, buy your ticket and come to Italy.
Marge, I was afraid you're going to say that. Hare Krishna.
Well, I'll make it even easier. Just but we'll pay your ticket. Just come to Italy. Seriously, we will.
Oh, Marge, if I can get
You got a
out,
free ticket.
if I can get out for like, 4 days and not worry about the temple service much, I'll jump on the next plane. But it's just,
You got what's that? You got that devotee there who's quite reliable. What's his name?
Yeah, Mitra.
Yeah, the one he comes on the line sometimes. I stayed at his house.
you stayed at his house.
Pavana?
No. Dear Krishna?
Yeah,
Oh,
he can tell
March,
you.
yeah, he has other commitments this weekend, and that's why I have to always stay put. Yeah.
All right.
But Marge, every time I see, I think, when can I go? When can I go? When can I go? So I think Krishna is testing me, Marge. Like you said, the hankering is not strong enough yet. Probably.
Yeah, but you got a free ticket.
My
And you
husband
can
is
say
really rubbing it in so bad.
It's a fact, man. I said it openly to everybody. So
Well,
we'll see about it.
I know Mahima will be there. That's why I'm saying you could meet her.
I haven't seen her. She used to dress Radha Damodar so nicely in Gitanagri. She was one of the backup pujaris for Radha Damodar. I remember that.
She cooks for me every day.
Wow, she's getting mercy,
Yeah.
real mercy. Wow,
she's great.
amazing.
Okay,
Any
separation.
other question? I'm sorry, Marge. Any other questions from devotees, please? This is such a beautiful topic, separation, Vipralamba Seva. Keep on serving until the Lord comes. It's like so, so, so deep. Yes, Krishna Kaviraj, go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, very much. Very much. When we first come into Krishna consciousness, and there's like so much to learn, there's so much to do, there's so much services, and there's everything, and it's all like it can be quite overwhelming because it's like this whole ocean of things to do, things to see, things to experience, and you sometimes you get a bit lost. I do this, should I do that? And then you kind of like you settle into certain things under guidance from the spiritual master. And then like now, like the last 2 books that I read, one being the Shikshastakam book that you recommended, and the other one being the Nectarian, something about the holy names from Satchidananda Maharaj. And you've been talking also in your recent classes and today about the importance of the holy name. And reading all about this and hearing all about this, you just feel like you want to chant all the time.
Hey.
You can't chant all the time because you've got all these other things. And then it's like, does chanting take priority over some of these things, or do you have to do all of these other things and chant?
You're going to get different answers from different people. From me, I'll say that we don't chant enough. That's my thing. We should be chanting more. Whether you can chant all the time, that's a certain level of spiritual development where you can actually perform that, but you should aspire to do that. You should aspire that, yes, I want to come to the point of always chanting Krishna's name. Whether I'm walking along the street or cooking or cleaning, why should I stop chanting just because I'm doing something with my body? My mind can always be on the holy name. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, if you chant regularly every day, then you'll come to the point of chanting always. That's why we have numerical vows to stabilize our level of chanting and to move forward where the vow, the numerical vow, becomes a foundation by which we go farther into chanting regularly. That's all. Without having a vow, then we won't be able to chant always, because we'll just vacillate between how much time we want to give the holy name. Numerical vows are good. They solidify your consciousness towards developing more and more chanting. Yeah.
Amazing
So
points.
you ask, with so much things to do in Krishna consciousness, yeah. That means why are we wasting time doing so many other things we don't need to do? I got books that I want to read. I haven't been able to get to them.
Same
So
here.
if you had books, should you read the books or should you just chant?
Yeah, that's a matter of taste.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Maharaj.
March, I was actually reading this book and I haven't finished it yet. Hope to finish it soon. It's the book by Mother Sitala about the glories of Narottam Das Thakur. And yeah, and it was so amazing that, Narottam Das Thakur, who was really hankering to see Lord Chaitanya, and because he appeared later on, and it was like Vipralamba Seva, just reading, at least to the point that I'm at, it was so beautiful.
Yeah, that's a book that I couldn't put down when I first got a copy of it. I actually got a copy of that book before it was printed.
Oh.
I was reading it, and I didn't want to. It was so nectarian that I didn't want to finish it. So in order to preserve the nectar, I was only reading one chapter every day. So I could keep it going like that.
March, I got, I think, 1/4 left, and I'm really struggling to finish the last 1/4, trying to find time. It's like so amazing. It was I'm at the point after he had after Nautam Das Thakur organized the first Gurpurnima festival. It was amazing.
The kirtan that's described there is from it's prem kirtan. It's not just kirtan. It's Lord Chaitanya and all of his associates, plus all of the devotees that had already left the planet after the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya. They all appeared. They all appeared in the kirtan, and everyone saw them.
It was, and the way it was described was, oh my, it's just like, as I was reading it, we are trying to imagine it was beautiful. It's amazing. I'm sorry, Shridev, I'm taking up your time. Go ahead, mother. Sorry.
Oh, no problem, Ansiya. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my most humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, what you said initially, that just go and spend 1 week in the temple and what a difference it makes. I'm actually experiencing that. I've been here now in Zagreb temple and it's so wonderful. Wake up early morning, go for Mangalarti, attend the whole program, chant your rounds with devotees in the temple room. It's just wonderful. Then evening Goda Arti and evening program. It is really something that, as you rightly said, all of us once in a while we need to take this break and just get absorbed once again, just to remember this is the taste I'm hankering for, because it's so difficult otherwise, Guru Maharaj, so difficult. The stresses of daily life and all the things are always eating at you. And just to realize this is why I came to Krishna consciousness, this is what I'm hankering for.
Yeah,
So I just want to say that. That's all.
modern society wants to make your life miserable. Yeah, to live in this modern, highly industrial, technological society, you have to be willing to give up all of the good qualities that come by way of one's living in a natural and more sattvic environment. Everything is crazy. Just I'll give you an example. And this is a small example. Plastic. The whole world's full of plastic. And plastic has been now becoming a crisis. It doesn't break down. They can't get rid of it. And it's just so polluting anyway. If you have a bottle of water in a plastic bottle, if that sunlight hits that bottle, that plastic will leach into the water, and you can also get sick, maybe even get cancer from that. Our whole lifestyle is polluted from top to bottom. Aerosol sprays, polluted food, polluted air, traffic. It's madness. That's why we're pushing what Prabhupada wanted us to do, go back to a more natural lifestyle, with simple living, live according to the laws of material nature and not against the laws of material nature. We're fighting the laws of material nature in order to live according to our prescribed society as it is now. We're contrary to ourselves and to nature. We simply exploit nature, and everybody's sick. I mean, look around, everybody's sick. So much sickness in the world. I mean, it's really monumental. And people are suffering. That's why this Krishna consciousness movement has the formula. For spirituality, chant the holy names, associate with persons who are doing that, and organize your life according to higher spiritual spiritual principles. And for day-to-day living, get out of these rotten cities and live in an environment which is natural according to God's arrangement. Says that man made the cities, God made the country, and the devil made the small town.
The devils made the small town, Hare Krishna.
That's by Copper, that author Copper, Cowper, Cooper. He said that. Yeah. Krishna Kshetra Maharaj just did a first presentation on environmental activism within ISKCON, which was the second in a series. The first one was done by Radhika Raman on the earth being non-different than Krishna and how to live in harmony with the earth. The second was mostly about cows and lifestyle. I can't remember the exact, I think it's called, let me see what it's called. I think I have it written down here. It's called ISKCON's Environmental Series. You can try to find it somewhere on the ISKCON media. Two programs have come so far by two different devotees. ISKCON's Environmental Series, which is really a move back to a more simplified understanding of what real lifestyle is, or healthy lifestyle, natural lifestyle. You can still have your, comfortable place to live, but not that we depend on, the food we eat, the air we breathe, everything is polluted.
Someone put a post here. Let me read it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nashringa said that His Holiness Krishna Kshetra Swami was having that presentation last Sunday in Slovenia.
yeah, but he did it online on Monday. Yeah, he did it on Monday. And it was on the 22nd of this month.
You mean April, Maharaj? April 22nd? Okay, so last, okay.
Yeah, April 22nd, yeah. That was Earth Day.
Yes. Oh, yes. I think I saw that. I think I saw the what they call it? The
Cow
promotion.
care. Cow care is earth care.
Yes, I saw that on Facebook. That's right. Yeah.
Listen to it. It's really
Okay.
really interesting and enlightening. And then Radhika Raman did the first one, speaking about earth as a substance for our existence, how Krishna's non-different than the earth, because everything that is made above the earth is coming ultimately from Krishna. And to collaborate with and to interact with Krishna means to interact with Krishna through the earth also. It's one way of connecting with Krishna. Yeah. We we go to work, we make money, paper money, and then we go out and we buy food. So you have to work in order to get the money to buy your food. Why not just get a piece of land and plant your own food? You still got to work, no doubt, but the quality of food is much better. And you can also, have the opportunity to connect with nature in a very direct way. People are waking up to this right now, especially the non-devotee class of people are really moving in that direction. Devotees are a little slower because, for whatever reason. So read my book. It's Krishna's Way, Natural Living. Sri
That's
Devi,
fine.
Sri Devi
Sri Devi,
carries,
go ahead, Sri Devi.
Sri Devi carries copies of my book around with her.
Nice.
So if you want to get the copy, you can just contact Sri Devi or me.
Definitely, Maharaj. In fact, I think when you came last year, you had the book and many of our devotees got it. And one of them, Jit Mitra, um, loves that book. He has this big desire to manifest that in few years to come here. So we are really hoping that he can make that magic happen. He's young, fired up, believes in it, has always believed in it, and has that drive. So yeah.
You reside in an area where there's a lot of good farmland.
Yes, Maharaj. And that's why he has that drive, and I'm very happy he does.
Good. Well, support him. and
Oh,
work-
yes. In fact, my girls and one other devotee, I don't know whether this devotee is online, Damodar. Yes, he's there, Sarvanga Sundar Damodar. Yeah, these three, these three with Ajit Mitra, these four people, I call them the four musketeers. They always hang out and discuss some stuff. Yeah, I had it one member, four musketeers, and they're fired up to do this, to do that, to do garden, to do, cafe, like they just go at it. So we are hoping they can manifest because they are young, Maharaj. They got the energy, they got the ideas, they got the young bodies, and they're ready. I said, go for it.
Yeah.
And they're very excited too.
Very
I
excited.
was sitting in one of the meetings, and boy, they're really going at it, boy. I said, all right, let's start put the plans together. Hey,
Great to hear.
I'll do what I can to help. Hey,
Yeah. But if we have the land, we should use it, and we shouldn't just live on it. That's the thing.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes.
The first stage is agriculture. Once you establish a certain level of growing your own food and having enough food available, and then after that, then you bring in cows. Cows are not first. We've started, many of our farm communities were bringing in cows at the beginning, and that's wrong. Cows come in after you establish agriculture, and that way there's enough food for the devotees and for the animals also. Then cows will take it to another level of purification. That's what my book is about. It's mostly about cows.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Nice idea. I always bothers some question about that aspect of farming. And I do very minuscule scale, Maharaj. Here I grow at least 15 kinds of vegetable. I have like around 5-7 fruits growing. The one part I always bother is whenever we tilting the land, or we have to use the pesticide on the vegetables as well as on the fruit trees. Without that, it's not sustainable, not possible. So only my concern is we are killing so many insects and pesticides. Only that is how we can digest that, or how we can not to get affected that, because without using pesticide or the other things to minimize hard to grow vegetables or fruits.
Well, do a little research and find out what are some of the alternatives. I'm not so much aware of the different alternatives in that area. And there's different kinds of pesticides also. There's kinds that just to keep them away, and there's others that kill them. So you can get
Yeah,
a more humane type of pesticide.
there are natural ones too. I think
Yeah.
we brought it up one time, and there was a
Neem
Mataji
oil.
on.
Neem oil spray is
Yeah.
very beneficial to keep the pests away.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
Okay.
You just do a little research, you can find a lot of more humane type of, pesticides.
Okay. Okay. The moment we start digging the land, with the first hit, you at least kill at least 10, 15 souls down there. That much, the different souls are there in order to tilt and put just sow the seed in there. And that bothers me.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, if you're doing it as a service to Krishna, there's no karma. But if you're doing it simply for your own interest, then there is some reaction, yeah. And so plant crops and then harvest them and cook for Krishna and offer to Krishna.
I see. I see.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
They say farming is the honorable occupation.
Yeah, other aspects of life is very wonderful. You stay with nature, you hear the Harikatha 24-hour while farming, you can sing. There's so many other aspects wonderful, one will not get depressed or the health benefit. There's so many ways, one stays nourished and healthy balanced life.
Yeah, write about what you're doing. Write an article and distribute it and explain how you're benefiting from this. And this is good. Do something and also tell people others about the benefits of it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Then they will take it up too. Okay, thank you. So we don't want to go on too long with this Zoom call. I'm sure devotees have things. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Marge. And thank you to all the devotees for joining us. Vanchakapyasyascha, Kripa Sindhuvevcha, Patikanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Candramauli Swami ki jai. Thank you for a wonderful class, Marge. Thank you to all the devotees for joining us and have a wonderful day and whatever rest of the time you have left in the day. Hari
Thank you
Hari
very
Bol.
much for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Thank
You for making everything so wonderful.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Marge. Thank you so much, Marge.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Go to the phone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Gauranga. Gauranga.
Thank you,
Gauranga.
Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.